All right, welcome back to Blue by 90. I'm Justin, joined by Jack and Caitlin as always, and it is August 16th. 16th, all right. We are in the middle of camp. Jack just started a new job. Jack, congratulations.
Thank you. Very excited. Monday through Friday, 10 to 6.
That's nice.
Haven't had a 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever you want to call it, job ever.
In your life.
Wow. I think I had the best sleep of my life last night. My Heather might kill me, if she ever heard me say that, because I slept on that couch that you guys are sitting on right now. But it's nice and cool down here in the basement. I had the fan on me. Ooh. Oh, dude, it was fucking incredible.
Nice.
I slept like
what's your nap situation?
Yeah,
like?
Dude, I don't nap anymore.
Oh, wow.
Well, because the thing is, I don't have to. Yeah. It's weird. Yesterday was a hard day. It was tough.
I imagine because you used to be hit 2 o'clock.
Napping.
If I called you that I was dying, there was no chance that you were waking up.
No, you got a better chance texting me. You guys should know that. Yeah, I'm not a phone call guy. Don't call me.
I know, but just in general, contacting you at that time was not happening.
Oh, it's a lost cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's the sleep schedule? So what time are you going to bed?
Trying to go to bed a little bit later, just because Heather goes to bed later now too.
You're only a couple days in, right? There's room for
That's true.
Still kind of working out the kinks, figuring it out. But I can wake up at 8:30 religiously.
Wow.
I mean, that's money.
It's kind of nice.
Awesome.
Tomorrow, I'll have to wake up early because I've got to finish mowing the lawn because I was doing it last night. So that's the thing. I did it last night after work, but I had to go. So I'm just a fucking idiot. So looked online, Iris Dry Cleaners. That's where I typically go, next door in Sperry. So I was after work, got out at 6:05, 6:10. Was all right, fuck, I gotta go to Dry Cleaners. They close at 7. Get there, apparently they close at 6. Google said 7. So 50-50 my fault, 50-50 Google's fault.
Yeah.
So I'm all right, cool. I'll wake up, I'll take stuff in today on my lunch break to a Milan Dry Cleaner.
Okay. So
I went to the Milan Dry Cleaner on my lunch break. And they're like, oh, shit, if you want this done by this weekend, because I have Karina and Austin's wedding this weekend. So I have to have stuff ready to go. They're like, if you want it by this weekend, you're going to actually have to, there's a guy who does the cleaners in Saline. They do all our clothes. He already picked up stuff for today, but you can go drop it off over there, and then they'll have it ready. So
my dry cleaner has also been way backed up, too. Sorry to
I don't know if it's the last of the weddings. Of the season, because it's still all the everybody's getting their stuff
they're
done,
over a week backed up. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
I don't plan out ahead of that,
And that was the nice thing about the Iris dry cleaners is they're also always usually pretty quick. They're good about it. So now I've got new dry cleaners. I've got to figure out schedule.
Well, I just feel like they have to if I need something on Thursday,
let's get it done
till by Saturday, they have to, come to me. I think.
You are.
They have to conform. They have to conform to my schedule. I think
you are Justin Rowe. We do know that.
Yeah.
So new dry cleaner, had to drop it off in Saline. They had to do a rush order, so it's done by Friday. So long story short, dry cleaning's taken care of. I don't even know where this conversation started.
Mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn. So had to do all that last night. So I didn't even get home till 7:30.
Wow.
Did the front yard. Was able to get that done. Took a break, ate dinner, went out, started the backyard, and it started getting dark, and I was getting bit up by fucking mosquitoes, and I was tired, and I was grumpy because I didn't have my nap, So I told Heather, I was like, I'm pissed off, I'm getting fucking bit up by mosquitoes, I'm tired, I'm done. I'll finish it another day.
You're kind of dramatic too. A little bit, a little dramatic.
I'm passionate.
Can I ask you this too? I don't know if you noticed this. This was maybe a week or 2 ago when Jack said that he couldn't record at a certain time because he had to mow the lawn, and he needed 2 hours to mow his lawn.
Okay, for anybody who's I'm gonna start this off with fuck you.
Okay,
good. Anybody who knows these guys, they don't have a lawn to mow.
Guy.
So this guy's
I'm a condo guy. But I grew up on a bigger yard than you have right now.
Did he have a riding mower?
Yes.
You think I have a riding mower?
Okay, but I know how I've mowed plenty of lawns with a push mower in my life.
So
I know how big your lawn is. It does not take 2 hours.
So listen, this is what takes 2 hours. So it takes about let's say hour 15 to do the lawn.
Okay.
And then I'm just sweating my dick off. I need to get in the shower and take a shower and clean myself up and like.
I don't think it should take an hour 15 to do your lawn. I'm sorry.
It takes an hour 15. I'm just telling you, that's how it is. I got to line. Then I've got to take out the weed trimmers, get along the fence, all that shit, line up the front. You know, I mean, it takes some time.
You got to plant some flowers.
I got to water the flowers.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's doing
fucking
some landscaping. I didn't
goddamn-
do all that.
All right.
goddamn ball and chain
if you're
upstairs. Makes me do everything.
if you're edging and all that stuff, then I
Always
get that.
edging.
Pause.
Jesus Christ. It took me like 2 seconds. I'm glad I got that on video on my face. Like, you can see when I react. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah.
Check us out on YouTube at Blue by 90
Oh.
Podcast.
It's too good.
The
You keep it
videos
up.
are incredible now, so make sure you check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, that is true. We do have some better videos, so if you're up for it,
Shouts
go
out
check
to
us
our
out.
guy who was pissed when we took video away.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta find
what's
that
his
guy.
name?
Like, dude, we're doing enough
shoot.
of the video shit.
He
now.
was very angry at us because
Right.
we stopped putting him on YouTube, the full thing.
Yeah.
He
He might have been the only one watching us, to be honest.
It felt like it for sure, for sure. But all right, if you are edging the grass, then yeah, I will give you that. Like that takes extra time.
It's a whole process, man.
2 hours just felt like a long time. I'm sorry,
Right.
because like you have a beautiful house, you have a beautiful yard, fenced in and everything. It's not like ginormous, you know.
I mean, if I had a riding mower, fucking 30 minutes, easy.
Oh, not even.
Like, after edging.
Yeah.
I disagree. I'm gonna keep this going. I don't think riding like saves that much time. If
That
you're
is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my entire life. How do you...
I think it saves effort. I don't think it saves time. I think I'll just say this: when I have mowed the lawn with a push mower, I am zooming. I'm just going back.
Your
and forth.
lines are probably all fucked up.
Probably.
See, that's why I can't do that. I can't have fucked up lines for 2 reasons. One,
You're
it's a
what?
disgrace to my community.
Oh my
but
God.
2, my wife Heather would be like, "What the fuck is this? Like, you lazy fucking piece of shit." Like, she'll just like go off on me.
Well, it should take longer with a push mower, right? Because your blade's only this big.
Right.
Versus
It's not as
a
wide.
ride-on one is double that
Well,
at least, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about double.
Well,
maybe.
I mean, close.
Depending,
1.5 maybe,
depending,
right?
yeah.
How fast do those riding mowers go?
Oh, you can get them going. You can get zooming.
Well, I was doing my parents' lawn like 10 years ago. I mean, might as well have been a horse and buggy
Goddamn.
back then.
Guys, we're doing a really bad job of like making this short. We really just went down a rabbit hole. We haven't talked about any Michigan things yet.
Thank you
It's
for getting
fine.
us on track.
Well, I know. I was like thinking about it. I was like, wait,
All right.
this is supposed to be a short
so,
episode.
all right. Well,
We're 10 minutes in talking about riding mowers.
Yeah. The hard hitting shit right here.
the hard hitting shit. This is what people want to listen to
This is
during
what it
camp
is.
season.
That's fine.
So it is camp season.
Yes.
The boys are in it. It is. They're in week 2. They definitely are in week 2 because they started last week. All right. Here's the big news out of camp that came out on the message boards today, which you know that it's trustworthy if it's on the message boards.
All
There have
factual.
been 0 like rumors that have been claimed false on there.
Mhm.
Cade apparently is showing out in camp.
Did I not say this last episode?
Who said that?
I said that. Oh, who said it on the message board?
Yeah.
Who said it on
I
the
don't
message
know,
board?
to be honest.
I saw Ant
I saw
tweet it
it.
out. So
I saw it through the message boards, but on Twitter because then people were talking about it.
yeah.
Can we talk about?
I didn't actually go to the message
45
boards.
yards plus? Believable.
That was what I heard.
I
Threw
literally
the
That's
ball
believable.
40. It was probably like 47, which is more than Jack Williams too.
Who the fuck is Jack Williams?
He's a Spartan guy. No, Twitter would
Was
get
it
that.
I mean, it's funny though, because like
He dates
Michigan-
Donnie Kelly, baby.
Michigan football like posted that clip last week of JJ like throwing that dime.
Yeah.
And then this week they posted a clip of Cade and he like underthrew the guy.
No. I saw something on one of those clips today, or it was the other day. It was like Cade was like dropping back to like throw a pass, and it was just like him like going back like this. And then
Yeah.
the very fucking next clip is JJ like rolling out, fucking jumps in the air,
I
like
saw it, yeah.
slings it. I'm like, come on, guys, you know exactly what the
They know
fuck
what
you're
they're
doing right now.
Oh yeah.
I
I mean, I literally laughed out loud when I saw that.
I will say, we talked about it last podcast. It was like the perfect thing where like then Cade was handing it off.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, that's the rumor. Is
That's it.
that he is like slinging it a little bit, hitting the deep ball. What's your guys' take? Is that like super surprising? What do you think?
Dude, I love it. Right. I mean,
It just means we got two good quarterbacks.
two good
I
quarterbacks,
think, right?
Yeah. I mean, like obviously, I'm a JJ guy, right? I'm like the athleticism is out the wazoo, so I'm like, you got to go with that. But at the same time, like, if this guy's playing really well, like, I can't say anything bad about that. So, it's a win for me.
Cade guy.
I mean, I'm majority Cade guy,
Okay,
60-40.
64.
I'm happy either way because I think we said this in the last episode. I think Cade's gonna be better just because he knows JJ's on his ass and like everybody wants JJ to be the guy, yada yada yada, all that bullshit. But JJ's obviously super talented. So for me, I'm like, again, I don't really give a shit who starts a quarterback because the running back room and the O line is gonna be so dominant, and we have so much talent at receiver. I think it'll kind of all be fine. So I kind of don't really care. I like looking from the outside and just like yelling at people.
Here's what I think. I think there are a lot of people out there that are like not thinking that Cade can make a big leap over the offseason, right? They're seeing it as like Cade from last year is what we're going to get in 2022 as well. There's got to be a world where Cade improves quite a bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
think about it. These kids are fucking 20, 21 years old.
and that was his first. I mean, essentially, he's a freshman, right?
Right.
I'm not going to count 2020 as a year because he played half the year and it was the worst Michigan team of all time almost. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I feel like you have to look at it as if Cade, like, is a sophomore kind of. And sometimes sophomores have, like, a sophomore slump or sometimes they make a huge leap. And I think a lot of people just in general thought that Cade just had that ceiling. Like, okay, he is what he is. Now, I'm not saying he's all of a sudden, Johnny Manziel and can run around and everything like that. But if Cade can, like, take a few chances, be better on his reads, and hit the deep ball, what more do you want out of a quarterback?
True. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he can, I mean, if he can fucking hit the deep ball, great. Yeah, that was really the biggest thing that was missing. It's like him. It felt like him missing the confidence, of like, oh, there's a guy open deep. Like, can I get the ball there? Just from the clips we've seen, because I feel like his vision's great. It just seems like he was kind of always like just more comfortable checking
deep ball, and I felt like some of the reads, like he was not like a guy who was going to keep it and gain a lot of yards.
Oh, not even close. Yeah.
Or even try, really. Like, I'm kind of like, you got to see.
Oh, in the read option,
yes,
not in reading a pass.
Okay,
pass. Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
Wait, reading books?
Dude, I bet he reads way more than I do.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I can barely read.
I don't know how to read.
I can't even read a playbook, so.
Speaking of reading,
those are just
not to go
X's
too
and
far
O's.
off, but watched a lot of Harry Potter this past weekend.
Ooh,
that was the last
great
full
series.
book I read.
Great
Harry
series.
Potter, Goblet of Fire.
You want to know what's very funny?
It was like fucking fourth grade.
I know
You've
you
never seen
tied it into like reading at some point, but you're like, speaking of reading, I watched these movies this weekend.
Speaking of reading, I don't read. Even it was actually super funny. First day of the job yesterday, my boss was like, he's like, do you read? I fucking laughed. I laughed out loud. I was like, no, not really. Like, I just said no. He's like, audiobooks? I was like, yeah, that's more my speed. I can't sit down and just look at a book and be like, ooh, this is fun. Heather fucking loves it. It's insane to me. But audiobooks, great. That's awesome.
We have a weekly meeting as well at work, and we have to kind of fill out a little doc on how the week went, and put in some personal stuff on what are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you reading? And my reading has been blank for ever and ever.
You should put in plug BB90.com on there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
right.
There you go.
I should just do a new article on there every week. See if we can get some more views.
Yeah, this is my meeting we had this past week, and I talked about how the only thing that I read is BB90.com. So I write about it now.
Yeah, I mean, I listen, we're going to talk JJ versus Cade probably
The entire season.
the entire season. It's going to be the topic, right?
Right.
But I just think that, like, do I think that JJ still has more potential? 1,000%. Yeah. But I think that people are forgetting that, like, Cade can get better than he was in 2021. It's not what I feel like what people are seeing is 2021 Cade versus super improved JJ, you know, and like people aren't forgetting that Cade can get better.
What, Cade had offers from like Alabama and was committed to Notre Dame. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck Notre Dame.
He's a real candidate, right? Like, he's a grinder, and I would love for him to be like take huge strides to make a big time improvement, and then like we beat Georgia. That would be sweet.
I mean,
awesome.
I also think like everyone's like, oh, the only way you can beat Georgia or like hang with Ohio State on a yearly basis is with a quarterback like JJ McCarthy. I don't think that's true at all. Like, think about I mean, there are a lot of teams out there with like not flashy quarterbacks that play well every year. You know, I think 2022 is different than when Alabama had Mac Jones, you know, but I still think that like that you can win with that type of QB, especially with the talent that Michigan has on offense.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, if Cade McNamara can make a leap towards becoming Mac Jones, Michigan's golden.
I will say though that
I mean, I was not to cut you off real quick, but Stetson Bennett last year, he was sneaky, kind of athletic. I mean, he could move a little bit.
Yeah, but
That's
he
what I was
honestly
gonna
is
say,
as
yeah.
close to Cade McNamara, I think, as any QB
I
in the
Stetson
SEC.
Stetson had a better arm. He
I
had a
was
better
going to
deep
say,
ball.
like, you know, all the teams that win the college football playoff have an athletic quarterback who can like run a little bit. And like even like Stetson Bennett, who's not like a Tua level kind of guy or
Right.
a Bryce Young, like you can still win the college football playoff with a decent athletic quarterback, but you don't really see guys winning with like 100% game manager nowadays.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, like, I think Alabama did it for a long time
Right.
back in the day but they had like Mark Ingram winning
Trent
the Heisman,
Richardson,
you know,
fucking,
like, yeah.
Right.
Eddie
So,
Lacy.
The game is just so much different, and even, you know, how I see it is like when even Alabama conforms to that, then like that's when you know, like, okay,
Kind of got to
you
make
kind of
moves.
have to do that.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean,
We're still doing our thing though, right? Run the damn ball. Like,
yeah, okay. So I have an article coming out. Probably we're recording this on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
This will probably come out on Wednesday at some point at the same time that this pod will come out. I think that Michigan's offense in 2022 should look a lot like 2006 Michigan. Chad Henne, Mike Hart, Mario Manningham, Adrian Arrington, and Stevie Breston. So they ran the ball a lot. Actually, if you look at the stats, so
Was that Hart's freshman year? No, that was 04. 04
yeah, this was Henne and Hart were both juniors. And this was when, you know,
One
obviously in
versus
06,
two.
yeah, 1 versus 2.
Let's not talk too much about it.
I know. It's very
Fucking
depressing.
Sean Crable. God damn it. Why do you have to do a late hit?
It's all right.
Big dude.
All right.
anyway.
Sean Crable.
Sean Crable,
He just followed us on Twitter. Good
Did
dude.
he?
Yeah.
Shout out Sean
New to
Crable.
Twitter. New to Twitter.
I love Sean Crable. But that hit killed me.
Yeah. So if you look at the stats, in 2022, Michigan ran 69 average, nice 69 plays average per game.
Okay.
44 of those were run plays, and 21 of those were. Or sorry, am I doing that right? I
don't
forget
think
what
Runs
that was
versus
now.
passes.
Yeah. No, it's 40.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, God.
you put him on the spot.
I know.
He's getting
I'm
nervous now.
forgetting now.
Are you
All
just
right,
trying to
anyways.
split the difference between running and passing?
Yeah.
So how many run plays?
I believe it was 44.
So that would be 25 pass plays.
Yes. All right. So there you go. So it was pretty close. And so 66, there were 66 plays average for the 2006 team, and it was 41 runs and 25, I believe. 25-ish passes.
I just don't want to compare Cade McNamara to Chad Henne.
Here's my case. Okay, I like that it's still that offense where it's more run heavy. We've got Dono, we've got Blake,
Yep.
and like you're still going to utilize them a lot. But what I loved about the offense that Chad Henne and them ran was they threw the ball down the field a lot. Now, did they pass basically only on third down all the time? That offense was run on first down, run on second down, and then only pass it on third down when it was 3rd and 8. But they threw. I mean, if you look at those highlights, it's like Mario Manningham for 60 yards all the time.
Yeah.
And Henny's just slinging it through the middle of the field. Like, that's what I would love to see to open that shit up. And then they would hit like Mike Hart on a swing pass every so often, or set up a screen with those giant linemen running down the field. So
awesome.
I would just kind of like it. Like, it just seems to me like that's the kind of offense we should run, where you run, but then you still I think that's where Cade can improve and say, like, instead of dumping it off to Eric Hall 100 times, you find CJ like down the field, or you find Darius Clemens or whoever it is.
Also, let's not forget that Chad Henne, I think, was a 5-star quarterback recruit.
He was very good.
Started as a freshman, all that shit. I mean, I agree with you. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Run the ball, and then throw it deep. But I just don't think Cade he wasn't that guy last year. If he can be that guy this year, great. Fucking incredible.
But I think that's the point, right? Is that, like, why can't he improve to be that guy?
And I think what's really interesting is there's a lot more time than we even, like, really think, right? Because the first 3 games are such cakewalk that, like...
4, really. I mean,
yeah.
they play Maryland.
I think that's a sneaky game,
and then go at Iowa.
I mean, Maryland, you got Lil Tua. They got a lot of talent at receiver.
Lil Tua?
Yeah. Michael Axley, right?
Yeah. I mean...
I've given up on Maryland.
I don't know. We beat the shit out of them at that place last year. We scored like 100 points.
I mean, I really, really think Michigan's going to be better than last year. Like, I really don't have a question about it. Like, obviously, like, you're losing Hutch and, like...
I'm not trying to be negative vibes. I'm trying to, like...
We got you.
Hold my expectations down. Because if I get it in my head that Michigan's going to be better than last year, then I'm just going to be like fucking outrageous.
Well, let me follow that up with, I think they're going to be better than last year. Not necessarily saying that translates to more wins or, getting
I think that's a good take.
But, I think the D-line has more depth now. Because you got 2 freshmen that are fucking like studs. Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant.
They're both
bosses.
Graham?
Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant?
Oh, Grant. Okay.
Grant. Yeah. Not both of them. Kenneth Grant was on the top 50 freaks of college football.
Wow.
Mozzie Smith, who's leading that, was number 1.
Yeah.
So I think the D-line has good depth. We've heard about Julius Welshoff, comparing pretty closely to Hutch as far as like athleticism goes in the weight room, all that kind of physical attributes, all that kind of stuff. See how it translates onto the field. Still have Mike Morris coming back. Taylor Upshaw, like you mentioned before, Kalen.
How does, if they're better than last year, how does that not translate to more wins?
I mean, they could still slip up. Just because you have talent doesn't mean you win.
Yeah,
all the fucking time.
Listen, like I talk to Jake Butt still all the time, and he'll say it till he's blue in the face that like both the 2016 and the 2018 teams were just like so unfucking believably talented, and like even he got pissed at me one time because I was talking about how like I was like, oh, this team was super special, they were close. Like, I don't know if those teams had that. And he was like, dude, yeah, we were. Like, we were, like, incredibly close. And shit just happens. Like, that's why games are played, I think. So I would say that's why I think that's a good take, Jack, is like this team can be better. It can be super talented and unbelievable. It's just in the way of sports and college football specifically, you literally have to have a magical season, like to have it happen, especially when you're going up against like an Ohio State.
Yeah, and I'm really just
Or
curious to
DeAndre
see.
Francois.
Yeah,
Fucking DeAndre Francois, dude. That talk about a guy who fell off the face of the fucking earth.
Right.
jeez,
I thought he was gonna be like the next great college QB. He had what, 1, maybe 2 good seasons.
Dude,
got
at
hurt.
least, like-
did he get hurt?
at least Dalvin Cook panned out,
Right.
Because that makes me feel better.
Really
that he
panned
dominated
out.
us.
And where's his brother? His brother's in college now too, right? Playing
James
somewhere?
Cook, right?
James
The
Cook?
Georgia guy? He's gone
Yeah.
now.
Is that
Yeah.
right? They're brothers.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I don't
younger
know.
brother. Same
Explains a
fucking-
lot, right?
Yeah.
Both brothers torched us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We should have won that
Can I get
game
another
too.
BL Smooth, please.
What?
BL Smooth, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you, Dad.
Is anyone else killing it in camp? I heard some like walk-on wide receiver that Ronnie Bell mentioned.
Who was it?
I can't think.
Oh,
of
I
the
feel
guy's
like I
name.
remember. Let me see if
It
I
was
can
like
find it.
O'Leary or something like that. I literally never heard of him. But he was just like, guys having a hell of a camp.
Really? Dude, that's the one place where we like don't need one more person
know.
in that room. Like we talked about it last pod. We were like, we
Yeah.
literally can't name like our top 5.
Yeah.
You can't name them because you're leaving somebody out.
Right.
In terms of targets for the wide receiver. I mean, we're counting tight ends.
I also
but, like,
typed in Ronnie Bell into Google, and it showed me a picture of Roman Wilson.
Similar skin tone.
Actually, okay, I have to go back to the Chad Henne Mike Hart thing because as I was writing that article and I was doing some research on like the stats and stuff, I just typed in like Chad Henne Mike Hart into Google. The first thing that came up was this 11 Warriors article, which is an Ohio State blog. If you don't know,
They're the SB Nation for Ohio State, right?
I think so.
So.
And it was literally like Chad Henne and Mike Hart, underachievers at Michigan. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, they literally, like, we're both All-American, both started all 4 years.
Yeah.
They hold the record for top passing and top rushing at Michigan of all time. I'm like, all right, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Literally, suck a dick. Sean Crable never should have been penalized for that hit.
Yeah,
Troy
I
Smith's just a big pussy.
Also, okay, here's something that now that I think about it, not to be negative, but it pisses me off. Chad Henne still holds the record for most touchdowns, passing touchdowns in a year at Michigan. Do you know what it is?
Fuck, because I feel like Jake Rudock got close. Maybe it was just for passing yards for him.
Shea Patterson got close, actually.
Is it 23?
You're close. Couple more.
28 or something?
25.
25.
Wow.
You want to know what Justin Fields threw in 1 year was 50 touchdowns and 1 interception. All right, that also, like, I fucking hate Ohio State with all my heart. That's the most insane stat of all time for a quarterback.
It's incredible. I mean,
touchdowns.
but that's also, they're like a run, I feel like they're a pass first team with really good running backs.
Can you make sure that that's right?
I mean, it's definitely right. I remember.
I'm pretty sure it was 50 touchdowns and 1 interception.
That's insane. 1 interception.
How?
This was in 2020, right?
Yeah. Or no,
2019.
19, I want to say.
1
He was
interception.
drafted in 2020, I want to say.
What the? That is insane. Like,
How is that possible? I mean, first of all, just throwing 50 touchdowns is insane. But if he had 20 picks, I'd be like, that's still a good year.
Okay. So not quite 50, but 41 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, that's still fucking insane.
that's insane.
I mean, he beats the record by 16.
I think he was at 40 touchdowns and 1 interception going into like the college football playoff or something like that, if I want to remember it right. So
Sounds right.
sorry, but I mean,
But still-
we don't really get stats right on this podcast,
No,
to be
God,
honest.
It's not what this
But
is.
still, that's like, I mean, it's still fucking
I mean,
stupid. But
that's
also,
just.
do you think with Michigan's receivers now, like maybe there's an opportunity there?
I would
Maybe.
if I didn't think we were also going to have one of the best running back rooms and also Jim Harbaugh coaching us.
Yeah.
Because I just know that they're going to run the shit out of the ball.
I mean, I think we got the best running back room, and kicking room in the country. Can't forget about Moody and Robbins.
And tight end room.
Tight ends,
tight end room. Yeah, Joel leading the
And
way.
quarterback room.
Yeah, Alex Orji, Davis Warren.
Davis Warren's the GOAT. Actually,
Jaden
here's
Denegal.
quote me on this. Davis Warren will start for Michigan before his career is done.
I like it. That's a good. Hey.
Is he the same year as JJ?
Nope.
Younger or older?
I
think he was on the team last year as a freshman.
I'm sorry. Yes, I think he is.
So what if like we came out versus like UConn or one of those like teams that is literally one of the worst teams in NCAA, and Davis Warren came out
He might play.
I think he would
to
play
start
well.
the game?
I honestly think
I
he
don't
would
think
play
he'd
well.
start the game, but I think he'd play well.
Would you be pissed or would you be like, okay?
I would be like in shock, but that would be awesome.
be happy?
actually.
We love Davis.
He's
Davis is
actually
fucking awesome.
the nicest human being alive.
Oh, shout out Davis Warren. What did he put on Instagram Day? 3 years, cancer free.
3 years cancer free.
It's fucking huge.
I mean, it's the coolest story ever. It really is. He had leukemia, if you guys didn't know about it. And the reason why I say it is because the kid was a stud before he had leukemia, and that obviously like hurt his recruitment. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be like a story. Because here's what I think. I think JJ ends up like starting whatever year that is. And then he'll have 2 more years because he redshirted last year. And I think he could start those last 2 years.
Good for him. I hope so.
I honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, do I think that we would love to have Dante Moore and have, Jaden Davis and fill in the blank, CJ Carr? Like, I bet you we look back on these recruitments and Davis Warren and Alex Orji are like, I think they're going to be legitimate quarterbacks for us.
I saw a report, might have been the bullshit report, but Alex Orji might have been taking reps at running back.
Was this Ball Sack Sports?
Might have been. Might have been.
What? Where did you see that report?
It could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere.
I feel like you dreamt that.
I might have. I
didn't see that.
I feel like it was
but
on Instagram and like all those Instagram. I feel like every Instagram account that does like Michigan football stuff, you got to get on Twitter. Twitter is the spot where everything's at, and like everything on Instagram is a day late.
Wolverine.content. Whatever it is. Like, I mean, it's a new, like, I can't keep them all straight. I'm sorry.
They're
like,
hard, man.
No offense to them. I think they're all good.
They're honestly, they kill it.
They're all good guys.
Their image content is great.
Yeah.
They're just, they take a day to make it.
Yeah. No,
good kids, and they're really good at
Twitter.
it. But I'm just like, when I go onto our Instagram page and scroll our feed, it's like I get dizzy because there's just it's literally the same post every fucking 3 posts.
It is.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. All right. Well, so I mean, we'll have a lot more content coming out for camp here. It'll be interesting to see how everything plays out with camp here. If we're getting, reports that Cade is like balling out, I'm intrigued. Are you guys in? That's not what I thought we'd be hearing at this point.
I'm ready for the Cade hype train.
Shouts out to Don.
Don had it. Gotta give him credit.
He knew.
Gotta give him credit.
Man. I'm gonna have to text Don and hold him back because he is gonna be relentless on Twitter if this is the case. He really is. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Honestly, it'll be kind of fun. It'll be kind of fun.
It'll be very fun.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. It will be for sure. But we'll have a lot more content coming out this week. That's for sure. You can follow us at BlueBy90 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Check us out at BlueBy90.com, of course, as well. BlueBy90.com, BlueBy90shop.com too for your merch.
Ooh.
More merch coming out soon. We appreciate you. Go Blue.
Go Blue.